If all goes according to plan, SpaceX will reach a major milestone in its journey to Mars this year. The business is working on a massive rocket called Starship that will assist in the colonization of Mars and a range of other ambitious exploration projects. SpaceX founder and CEO Elon Musk claimed that while Starship prototypes have only made a few low-altitude jumps from Earth's surface so far, the spacecraft is on track to earn orbital wings in the near future. But what is this Starship? And when will it launch? Keep on watching to find out. So, what is this Starship? Starship is a spacecraft being developed by SpaceX to transport people and cargo to the Moon, Mars, and other deep space destinations. The system comprises two components, the Super Heavy first stage rocket and the Starship upper stage spaceship. A Starship vehicle towers 390 feet above the Earth when fully stacked. That dwarfs the previous record holder, NASA's Saturn V moon rocket, which stood 363 feet tall. The thrust of the Starship will be more than double that of the legendary Saturn V. Both the Super Heavy and the Starship are built to be fully and quickly reusable, a cost-cutting breakthrough that Musk and SpaceX think will revolutionize spaceflight and exploration. If everything goes well, each Starship vehicle would be able to launch every 6 to 8 hours from Earth's surface, and every Super Heavy will be able to launch every hour or so, on missions delivering up to 150 tons of payload to orbit. With such high flight rates, permission expenses would be drastically reduced. Musk said, "It may be as little as a few $1,000,000 per flight, maybe even as low as $1 million per flight. These are crazy low numbers by space standards." Mars colonization, a long-held objective of both Musk and SpaceX, becomes a viable possibility if Starship can even come close to those cost and cadence statistics. According to the millionaire entrepreneur, mankind will need to carry around 1 million tons of material to Mars in order to build a self-sustaining metropolis. Musk said, "Starship is capable of doing that, and I think we should try to do that as soon as we can. The window of opportunity may be open for a long time, and I hope it is, but it may also be open for a short time." SpaceX's latest Raptor engine powers the Super Heavy and Starship. Raptor was built with Mars in mind. The engine runs on liquid oxygen and liquid methane, both of which can be found on the Red Planet, according to Musk. SpaceX designed and constructed the Raptor series of full-flow staged combustion cycle rocket engines for use on the SpaceX Starship. Rather than the RP-1 and liquid oxygen used in SpaceX's previous Merlin and Kestrel rocket engines. The Raptor engine produces more than twice as much power as SpaceX's Merlin 1D engine, which powers the Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy launch vehicles. However, if all goes according to schedule, Starship will go to the Moon before reaching Mars. In 2018, SpaceX revealed that Yusaku Maezawa, a Japanese billionaire, had booked a round-the-moon journey on Starship, which might fly as early as next year. NASA chose Starship as the first manned lander for its Artemis moon exploration mission in April 2021. The Artemis 3 mission, which is scheduled to launch in 2025 or thereabouts, will use the SpaceX vehicle to land NASA people on the Moon. The Starship will enter orbit this year, but the question many people have is when will it be able to renew its fuel supply and provide point-to-point transportation. Musk changed the word orbital refueling to orbital refilling. Refueling is not totally accurate since 3.5 times more liquid oxygen is transported than fuel. Elon Musk mentioned at the end of this discussion that he hopes to test the orbital refilling idea by the end of next year, 2023, and that he would be surprised if it took more than 2 years. SpaceX may be one step closer to transferring its super large project in Florida, which is responsible for the development of the Starship Heavy launch vehicle. This comes after the Federal Aviation Administration, also known as the FAA, announced another delay on March 25, 2022. It's the fourth month that activities at SpaceX's Starbase in Boca Chica, Texas, have been delayed. Musk has stated that the development of Starship, as well as future launches of Starship, may be moved to Florida to prevent further delays. The agency's move isn't what Musk and the SpaceX leadership were anticipating, as Musk stated only a few weeks ago at the SpaceX Starship Update event on February 10. And it may have taken them off guard for a little moment. During a live video transmission from Starbase, where Musk appeared in front of a fully loaded Starship, Musk said, "We don't have a ton of insight into where things stand with the FAA. We have gotten sort of a rough indication that there may be an approval in March, but that's all we know." The SpaceX CEO then speculated on the idea of suborbital Starship flights from Boca Chica to Florida's Kennedy Space Center lasting less than 45 minutes. However, when Musk later detailed the company's alternate concept, he did not have these fantasies in mind. To keep the Starship development project from stagnating, this plan necessitates driving it forward. He told the Boca Chica audience that a more immediate land-based relocation of the massive heavy-lift vehicles, as well as their support and development infrastructure, would only happen in the worst-case scenario, implying that a full environmental impact report would be required for operation in Texas. During the Starship update event, Musk also said, "Now we do have the alternative of the Cape, also known as Kennedy Space Center. We actually applied for environmental approval for launching from the Cape a few years ago and received it, so we actually are approved from an environmental standpoint to launch from 39A, also known as KSA Launch Complex. So I guess our worst case scenario is that we would I don't know if you'd be delayed for 6 to 8 months to build up the Cape launch tower and launch from there." At Launch Complex 39A, also known as LC-39A, SpaceX has recently begun construction on a new Starship/Super Heavy launch facility. LC-39A and other pads will soon host regular Starship launches since this launch point gives for more flexibility. Starbase, on the other hand, is crucial to the growth of Starship. SpaceX will continue to test Starships and new variations at Starbase before delivering them to the Space Coast for launch. Failures will be possible without putting the launch pads used for normal human and satellite launches at danger, thereby delaying the Cape's launch schedule. For more flexibility, each location will include a production and launch facility. Another round of statements from SpaceX highlighted the company's determination to launch the first Starship beyond the stars. The announcements were made before and after the news of the fresh FAA dithering surfaced. On March 21, 4 days before the latest delay, Musk tweeted that Starship is only a few weeks away from trying a low Earth orbit. Now we know a lot about the Starship, but when will it be launched? Both the Super Heavy and the Starship are planned to be fully and quickly reusable, and both will be powered by SpaceX's new Raptor engine, 33 for the Super Heavy and 6 for the Starship. Building that many engines is difficult, but SpaceX expects to have enough for the first Starship orbital test mission soon. Musk tweeted in March, "We'll have 39 flight-worthy engines built by next month, then another month to integrate, so hopefully May for orbital flight test." This deadline is also dependent on the FAA's timely completion of an environmental study of Starship launch activities at Starbase, SpaceX's facility in South Texas. The FAA has stated that the view would be completed by March 28. SpaceX has previously conducted a number of Starship test launches, but these were all prototype upper-stage vehicles powered by a maximum of 3 Raptor engines and flying at a height of around 6.2 miles. The upcoming orbital test flight will be the first time a Super Heavy and a 6-engine Starship have taken to the skies. Shortly after liftoff, the Super Heavy booster will splash down in the Gulf of Mexico. If all goes according to plan, the top stage of the Starship will power its way into orbit, circle our globe once, and splash down in the Pacific Ocean near the Hawaiian island of Kauai. Over the last year or two, the goal timeframe for the first orbital Starship flight has changed to the right many times, not an uncommon event in the development of a new launch vehicle. So after a lot of delays, there is finally hope that the Starship will launch for a test flight in May 2022. Are you looking forward to this test flight? Let us know in the comments.